Capcom put out the rules for the next upcoming Capcom Pro Tour. As everyone knows, the $1 million prize pool, the hyped up whole section of CPT. So if you win Capcom Cup X, you do get $1 million, over $2 million prize pool. By the way, that's kind of nuts. So you get $1 million for first, second gets 300K, third gets 200K, fourth gets 100K, and then fifth drops all the way down to 10K. Seventh is 7K, ninth is 5K, 13th is 4K, and if you just get into Capcom Cup, you get 2K. Now, this is one complaint I've had from so many tournaments in general that I've always been saying this, but I understand what Capcom's trying to do, but I always say this. I think every tournament that's ever been done for fighting games is extremely top heavy. I understand the guy who wins deserves all the money, sure, but I definitely think it's like, this is insane. The drop off, well, not even the drop off from first to second, because that is like an absurd drop off already. Even from like Capcom Cup 2019, it was an absurd drop off. But the fourth to fifth drop off is ridiculous. My man, like, fourth to fifth is horrible. That's a 90K difference just for losing one match. Okay, from what you guys can see, there are 48 players in Capcom Cup X, Online Premier, Offline Premier, World Warrior, and Last Chance Qualifier. So you can qualify from, 4 different areas: Online Premier, Offline Premier, World Warrior, Last Chance Qualifier. Here's where I'm iffy about. I feel like I've seen a lot of pro players already complaining about this, and it's definitely like such a double-sided argument. I think both sides are right to this, but I don't like the online qualification way. I am not a fan. I didn't like it in the Capcom Cup 2021, 2022, 2023. Yes, I did qualify from online, but I am not a fan of the online qualification, and I'm not a fan of, you win one tournament and then you're just in kind of thing. I definitely feel like it doesn't help. I feel like if it's like Evo, then yeah, you can automatically qualify. That one's whatever. But I'm not a fan of online premiere, only due to the fact I think the players don't get like the recognition compared to going to events. What I can see the downside of going to events as well, because if you can go to an event and you can spend like thousands of dollars, and then you go like 2-2, and then you don't even make it out of pool, and you don't even get the exposure you want. Okay, the way I've always said, the way I see it is, I think they like the old not the old Capcom Cup. They like the new Capcom Cup because there is a lot more region, and I feel like there's a lot more reasons for people to watch, because I can cheer for my home country no matter what region I'm from. If I am from a not popular region, I can still tune into Capcom Cup knowing that I have a representative and I automatically have somebody to root for. When it was before the old Capcom Cup, and there's like 16 Japanese players in Capcom Cup, well, the Japanese are going to root for the Japanese players anyway. But then you have, say like somebody from, I don't know, Portugal's watching. They don't have anybody to root for. So I think that's why they want to keep it that way. They want to keep it this way. But I feel like you're turning this into a World Cup, and less than like okay, these are just the 32 best Street Fighter 6 players right here, or 48, or however many. And I think like it kind of changes the dynamic of what we thought Capcom Cup was. If you're not sponsored, most of the time you lose money. Yeah, you definitely lose money for going to it. Oh, for sure. I understand like I said, I see both sides of the argument. I definitely understand why people would say, oh, online CPTs are just better. But I think, I don't know. I feel like it's better and worse in a sense. Because I think, okay, here's why I think it's worse. A, qualifying out of Japan is going to be hard. No matter what. If you're in a hard region, I guess I could count US East as well. If you're in a hard region, you're kind of just, you're asked out. Like, it's just like, oh, well, you live somewhere good? Well, sucks to suck. Sucks to live in a good region. when they first introduced this online system, you know how many players were trying to go to other regions to take other spots? I feel like if you're gonna do it this online way, they need to ban every like my offline premiere. I'm assuming because they said they're doing 3 offline premiere. Bro, I don't want anyone from any other country coming to Evo then. If that's the case, I feel like for the online tournaments, I should be able to go to another country and just win that one, or go to another region. Cause I still remember during the Capcom Cup 2021, I think it was, or 2020, it was one of them. I wanted to go to the Midwest. I was gonna live with my family. I was gonna live in Texas for a while, and I was like, oh, I can just play in the Midwest one, and beating the Midwest players would probably be a lot easier than playing against like Punk and freaking CJ Truth and whoever else was playing at the East Coast at the time. So I don't like it that way because it definitely incentivizes it. I think they should open the gates, but I understand the whole don't open the gates thing because then it's like, oh well, I don't want grand finals of CPT Europe East to be Tokido versus Daigo or something. Yeah, I think it screws a lot of the Japanese players as well. It screws the Japanese players. If you're in a really good region, it's just hard. And then, like I said, the whole other problem is the last chance qualifier, for example. I think it hurts the whole last chance qualifier thing because the last year's chance qualifier, bro, Daigo was like, why the fuck am I going to go to this last chance qualifier? I'm knowing better than half the Capcom Cup bracket. I'm not playing in this. This is dumb. Maybe for the $1 million to incentivize it, maybe you'll be like, I don't care. I'm going to try anyway. But it's definitely not the... It sucks to even see because it's like, damn, well, this guy's qualified, but, Daigo's not here. I definitely think the point system is bad. I understand the, I can't travel to every tournament. It's not fair logic. Because the way I see it is if the argument is, yes, these players actually did deserve to be at this Capcom Cup, then there should be no problem with players traveling to other regions to qualify from someone else's qualifier. That's what I feel like the problem is. There's no problem with other players traveling to other regions to take somebody's qualifier, because then the answer would technically be, just defend home turf, which technically the person who lives there would have the advantage because you're playing from home and the other person's at some hotel somewhere, Airbnb. Yeah, if it's 48 Japanese players, the way I see it is everyone got to step up. I don't understand. It's funny because I think it's such a weird argument. Like, bro, if you're getting smoked by these other 48 Japanese players, then, like, bro, step up. Yeah, get good. That's the way that's the way I've always learned. So, bro, if you're losing, you got to get good, right? I think if they do it like two separate things, like they have like a Capcom Cup where like all the best players from every region, you get one player from every region just to play in a tournament, that'll be fine. But it has to be two different things. I